Okay, let's talk a little bit today about caps. Caps are a subject we don't talk much about, but we do a lot of cap sales at JJ Hat Center. We are 310 Fifth Avenue, between 31st and 32nd Street in Manhattan, and that would be the oldest hat shop in New York, open since 1911. I'm over there 26 years. This is my 26th year now. I got there Thanksgiving in '94. So I've sold a lot of caps, a lot of hats every day. Now, the two basic shapes are going to be the ivy cap, otherwise known as flat cap, driving cap, driver's cap, an ivy cap. This is very popular. Some people call it the Kangol shaped caps. Okay, flat cap, driving cap, ivy cap, it's all correct. These for the most part are going to be more simple. They're flat and kind of wedge shaped. The trend these days is going skinnier, not so fat and wide. So a lot of new things are called slim caps, or they're just cut slimmer, like the Rudy and things like that. So anyway, this is a flat cap. They come in solid colors. Come in cashmere solids, they come in plaids, herringbones, tweeds, Irish tweeds, Harris tweeds from Scotland, all sorts of things. The other main shape, basically same fabrics, but it's a different shape, okay, is the Newsboy. The Newsboy is also known as an 8-piece cap, an 8-quarter cap. It's known as a Gatsby, an Applejack, a Big Apple. Newsboy would be definitely correct. So a Newsboy or an 8-piece cap is wider. It's got a little bit of the floppiness on the side. It's also got a button, and generally they have 8 pieces, sections, like a pie shape. Sometimes 4 if it's a skinnier one. Sometimes it could be a 6-piece cap. But most of them are either sewn down or snapped down. Okay. And then there's another category of Newsboys called a Spitfire. This is a Spitfire, which is not sewn down, so you could wear it back. You could wear it in the middle, you could drag and kind of droop it to the side, or you could go forward like a Newsboy. So it's like a 3-way cap, forward, side, and back. This particular cap is not for sale. It's one of my older caps. I'm just using as a example. We don't really sell this model anymore, but the shape is, it's Newsboy. So these are going to be generally wider, for wider faces, and not only for wider faces, people who just want a wider look, they just want a little snazzier cap, little flop on the sides. Bear in mind they come in different widths, so you could get very baggy or something a little more modern and not baggy at all. They get skinnier, but inherently they're wider than this style. This style too, you could find ones that are super skinny, and you could find ones that are big and wide and pancakey. But in general, if you're looking for a skinnier look that's not, coming out on the sides, ivy cap is going to be the one. These do come skinny, but it's a contradiction, and not that many people order them. JJ Hat Centers, we do have a lot of skinny Newsboys, medium ones, wide ones. They just sell, so we order them. Now, in most of these caps, there's something in here called visor board. The visor board is kind of like the brim, the peak of your baseball cap. Now, basically, you can shape this. It's okay to shape it. But once you got it set to the shape you like, you bent it or whatever, leave it. Don't keep playing with it like this, because especially if it's wet, because it's kind of like a cardboard. And then cardboard sometimes covered in foam, and if it's wet and you do this, or even dry, you do that enough times, you'll make a crack in it, and it'll start, flopping like a duck, and the cap won't look right. It'll just collapse kind of, and it's not easy to repair. There's like nobody who does it. You have to really search online and pay for shipping both ways, and I don't even know anybody who replaces the visor on a cap anymore. So watch that, and don't play with it and stuff like that. And when it's wet, be careful not to fold it. What you should do is you should fold your peak under like this. That way you can put your pocket cap in your pocket. So you go to a restaurant, just take your peak, fold it under, right in the pocket. That way you don't leave it in a taxi or in a train too, because it's on your person. But yeah, they're pocket caps, so you can always do that. Now, if they are wool like this, you can hand wash them. You don't need to do it often. You could do it every few years, or the off season. Take the lining, reverse it. Okay. You want to take some woolite, like a quarter cap of woolite, and some warm water, and you want to just basically brush it with like a little fingernail brush or something. Just the lining, go around that, rinse it with the warm to cool water, but don't wring it, no wringing. Just rinse it out, avoiding the visor, okay? Then you could go, because most of the stains and stuff will be in here. You can go into here too, but don't brush it too aggressively, and definitely don't wring it. Rinse it out, get out all the soap, but leave the visor area. Don't wet that, and definitely don't submerge it. If anything, just leave this part alone, and just right in here where your head makes contact, you're going to want to clean the sweatband and the lining. That's where 90% of the stuff goes. So get the lining while it's out, do the sweatband here, but leave the visor alone, don't wash it. When everything's rinsed out, you put it flat on a towel, and make sure the room is not hot. It has to be a cool room or something. If it's winter, crack the window, let it dry on a towel. When it's like 90% dry, you can put some stuffing in it, stuff it nice and tight, and then it should dry without wrinkles. Or just wait till it's dry, stuff it real tight with some flat pancake pieces of tissue paper, stack them up. And then once it's real nice and taut, then you could steam it too, and it'll dry without wrinkles. So you can wash them, but don't do it often, and do it the right way. Like I said, avoid the peak, do the lining and the sweatband. That's where most of it will go. And then you could do up here too. Be a little more gentle, and definitely do not wring it. That's it, on a towel, cool room, not a hot room. It'll be good. So what's better for you? If you're a taller guy and you need a lot of depth, the Newsboy will give you more depth. If you just want something more laid back and simple, this might be it. If you're into the nostalgic kind of Peaky Blinders thing, the Newsboy might be good for you. Generally, somebody wants one or the other. This is a little bit more plain in shape, more tapered. This is a little bit baggier, and it's got a little more kind of an old-fashioned, nostalgic kind of charm to it. It's a little more going on with the bagginess and stuff, where these are simple. So, two different kinds of caps. And generally, you'll see small all the way through XXX. And there are other materials. We have summer stuff too, linen and cottons. They come out generally April, May. So now everything's going to be wool, cashmere, things like that. Alrighty, so Happy New Year, everybody.
Bye.